I don't know why I did not do sleep training before, you guys. I feel like there is such a horrible, I mean, personally, I'm like, I should make this video and put it on YouTube, but, whoa. Okay, so I feel like there's like this huge stigma around sleep training, and I'm like, why have I not tried this before? Okay, so Aubrey has, like, we have just been having the hardest time putting her to sleep, and we also created really bad habits. Really bad habits. Whatever, it's fine. What are you gonna do? But, so she has been sleeping in our room, and we have like a pack and play in our room. It's like still far from my bed, but she was still sleeping in our room. And nap time, she didn't sleep in the crib, okay? So she's actually never slept in the crib. So I'm gonna tell you exactly what we've been doing, and oh my gosh. So nap time, she sleeps. We have the Duna car seat stroller. I know, don't mom shame me, but whatever, this is just what we did. And we have the Duna car seat stroller, and I'm telling you guys, we would push her, like walk her to sleep. Like, and so nap time was the freaking worst because like she was on no schedule. Like literally whenever we thought she was tired, we would just like push her around until she'd finally fall asleep. And finally she's just been like, it's just been so hard. Like I'm telling you guys, like I've just been exhausted. Like you have no idea. I was literally like, Tay literally, and we were talking about this morning, cause we did something crazy last night, but he was like, I said, yes, I was like, why have we not done this sooner? And he said, because you were not sick and tired enough. And so it's like when you're finally sick and tired of being in the situation that you're in, like I was sick and tired that I was like, okay, something has to change. And I saw somebody recommend taking care of babies and like a sleep training system. And I was like, okay, let me just see what this is all about. So what I did is I went on YouTube. I'm live on Facebook. I went on YouTube and I just started watching all these sleep training videos yesterday because I was like, okay, something has to change. Like we have to do something different because it's just like so hard and I'm exhausted and I need sleep. So this is what we did. Okay. So last night, so they said the number one thing that you need is a bedtime routine. And so I was like, okay, we got to figure out a bedtime routine. And my baby doesn't like the bath, but I was like, we're going to figure something out. So we went and bought this this bath from Walmart. It's like so cool. It's like a bath seat because she can sit already, but like the baby can sit. It's so cool. I should show you guys a picture of it, but it's this bath seat from Walmart. Yes. So I gave her, so here's our routine. It's like the 4 B's. So it's bath, book, boober bottle, and bed. So it's like a nighttime routine. So we gave her a bath starting at 6:45. Literally, you guys, 6:45. I gave her a bath with some like lavender soap, and then we went into her room, and we have a dimmer, so it's I dimmed her lights in her room. So you're supposed to create like a soft bedtime routine. And during the bath, I also played like lullaby music. I was like, listen, I'll serenade you if you'll sleep all night. So I put Alexa on and I had her play lullabies, and then we went to her room and I continued the lullaby music from Alexa, and it was like really dim. And then they said, give your baby a massage. So I have like lavender lotion, and I, gave her a massage, put the lathered her up with lotion, and we put her diaper on, and I put her, she wears a onesie, and then I put her in her sleep suit. So we have a Merlin sleep suit, which I love. Put her in the Merlin sleep suit. And then we sat in the rocking chair and we read a book. And then, I turned off the Amazon Music, and I turned on the sleep machine because you have to have a sound machine. I turned on the white noise, and then I put the boob in her mouth, and is that exactly how I did it? Yeah. And then I gave her the pacifier, and I made sure she was still awake because you have to lay the baby in the crib while she's still awake. And then I put her in the crib, and then I said, good night, Aubrey, and you put your hand on her, and then I walked out of the room, and then they said, okay, so I was like, oh my gosh, she's never even slept in her crib before, and we were just like, we're just gonna do it. So we've never even done this before. I was like, you know what, I'm just like, let's just do it. We're just like, I like to just jump in the deep end, and just figure it out along the way. I said, we're just gonna do it. I know it works. I've seen testimonies that it works. We're just gonna do it. Okay, so I just put her down, and she was really confused. And she kind of she whines a lot. She whines a lot, so I was just like, that's normal. So she was whining. She was like, what's happening? She did not go right to sleep. So they said go in there in intervals. So you pick the interval. So whether you go every 3 minutes, every 6 minutes, I chose 5 minutes because that's what I saw this other girl do a video about it. So I was like, okay, so I laid her down at 7:10. So at 7:15, I had Tay go in there. I went in there first, I think. And no, I had Tay go in there because I was thinking if she sees me, oh, sorry, you need more? She loves these things. She loves Cheetos. I know, I would love them too. Good choice. We're not eating the healthiest, it's fine. So I had Tay go in there you just put your hand on the baby and you console them. Shh, it's okay. It's nice. Okay, so what I learned, this was so good because I feel like this helped me when I was doing all this research yesterday. So the reason that you don't pick up your baby at all during this time, you do not pick up your baby, because if you pick up the baby, yes, what? Mom's right here. If you pick up the baby, it teaches the baby. What? You want to get out? What? Mom's right here. You want more food? If you pick up your baby, you signal to the baby that if I cry long enough and hard enough, you will eventually pick me up. So the goal is to you literally have to teach your baby how to sleep. And so this is teaching them, hey, you can put yourself to sleep. This is what happens. And so also during this period, it's like a 14-day thing. You're supposed to do this for 14 days. We're on day 1, but I gotta tell you about it. This is what I'm telling you about. So during this time, you are breaking your bad sleep habits. So we have had really bad sleep habits. I'm telling you, we put her to bed, she naps in her stroller. She sleeps in, or she naps in her doona, and then she sleeps with us. Well, not with us. Well, yeah, just recently it's been really bad. She was sleeping in our bed. It just was horrible, you guys. We had horrible sleep. So during this time, you're breaking the bad habits and you're teaching your baby how to sleep. So get this, listen, y'all. Okay, so I was really scared because I was like, I just can't hear my baby cry. It just makes me my heart hurt and but I was like, we just have to do this because I saw this lady making a YouTube video and she said it really hurts your heart when you hear your baby cry, but you just have to do it because I promise you it will work. Because I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it. So every 5 minutes, Tay went in there first, and you go in there for 10 or 30 seconds max, and you just console your baby, and it's okay. Because the goal is to teach your baby that you're safe. Mom's not leaving you. You're safe. So it's not that you're letting your baby cry all night. You're saying, you're okay, but it's time to go to bed. Okay? So listen to this. Oh, also, you have to dim the lights because and also you want to not talk too much and no eye contact. Because too much eye contact stimulates the baby's brain that it's time to play. If you have light in your room, it stimulates the baby that it's time to wake up. And the other one was, I can't remember the third one. I just said it, but it's all because you don't do those things because it stimulates the baby that it's time to wake up. But no, it's shh. It's okay. So listen to this. Okay. Yes, dude, this is crazy, you guys. Okay, so it was 7:10 we put her down. 7:15. Tay went in there, consoled her because I said only go in there for 10 to 30 seconds, whatever, and then come out. And then it's okay, put her, and then she left. And then she still kind of she was just whiny. It wasn't screaming or anything. And then I went in there at 7 because it was every 5-minute increments because I thought that's what you had to do. So the second time I went in there and I feel like she knew I have the milk. So I feel like I left the room, I consoled her. And then once she knew it was me, she screamed and she sat up in her crib and she just sat there and she cried. What? Mama's right here. Mama's right here. So I was like, I can't. Oh my gosh, it was just really bad. And then basically we did that every 5 minutes. And mostly, I think Tay went in there because I think I only did it twice, maybe once, because I was just I feel like it didn't work for me. So Tay finally went in there. I think we went in there 4 or 5 times. I have a Nanit, as a nanny cam. I love it. And it actually tracked when we went in there. It knew when we went in there. So that was pretty cool. I could go back and look and tell you exactly. But it took 20 or 30 minutes. You guys, Tay went in there the last time and he just, I said, because I was messaging one of my friends and she was like, okay, I said, can we only go in there for 20 seconds? And they said, you can stay in there and console them. So Tay did, like, just rubbed her back and rubbed her head. You guys, she went to sleep. And this was at 7:10. You guys, normally she goes to bed at like 10 o'clock. We are just horrible. I'm telling you, like, our sleeping. So listen to this. She went to bed she was asleep by like 7:30 or 7:40? I'm not sure. I got to look at my phone, but it could have been even 7:30. She was asleep. She slept and she slept and she slept. At 10:50, she did she cry a lot at 10:50, Tay? Or just a little whiny? So at 10:50, she started whining. And so Tay went in there and did the consoling. And then she said for 5 more minutes, she still whined. Yes, you did. She still whined for 5 more minutes. And then Tay went in there and consoled her and she went back to sleep. So he only went in there twice. You guys, she slept till 5:30 a.m. And at 5:30 a.m., I heard her. What? It's okay. Mama's right here. What? You want me to put it in your mouth? So at 5:30 a.m., she whined. And I was getting up to go to her room to console her. She went back to sleep. She slept. So then at 7 o'clock, I'm waking up thinking she's supposed to be up at 7 o'clock. Because that was like, I followed the schedule of what they said to do. So I was like, oh, she's going to be up by 7 o'clock. I woke her. I let her sleep for 20 minutes. I woke my baby up at 7:20 a.m. I woke her up. She would have continued to sleep. This is crazy. So she literally slept from basically 7:30 to 7:20. So almost 12 hours. And then, yes, you want to stay with Mom? I was going to eat lunch, but this video's taking a little longer. So get this. Then, you guys, she has only ever napped in the Doona. I'm following the schedule today. And, sorry, I just fixed my chin. So I'm following the schedule because it was like a sample schedule. I was just following it. I was like, all right, if this is working, if she slept 12 hours last night, let's just do it. Let's just follow the schedule and see if it really works, right? So, yes, you're fine. So, they said, so she wakes up at 7:20, I fed her. And then, what time was it? Then they said the next feed isn't until 9:30. So, because you have to make sure that they get enough calories and they're eating enough. What? She's teething too, so this is great. Say hi. So, what? Hey, you want to hold her for a minute? I'm almost done. What?
The shop. The airport.
What? Here, will you hold it for a second? I'll finish the story. I'm almost done. Her passie's over there.
You got a puff, girl?
I don't know what her deal is. She's teething. It's great. So, 7:20, so 9:30 I fed her, and they said the next nap is at 10 a.m. And we were already like 20 minutes past the schedule, but I was like, you know what? She's kind of acting tired, so let me just, so then they were like, do a nap time routine. I'm just making this all up. I was like, dude, okay, we're going to get a nap time routine because we figured out a bedtime routine. I'm like, I'm going to do a nap time routine. So now the nap time routine that I did was at 9:45, we went into her room and we dimmed the lights and I put I'm just finish this, more lavender lotion on her. And then, lavender lotion, sorry, one second. I put lavender lotion on her sorry. See, I can't handle when she cries. It just like freaks me out. I gotta go take her in a second. But I put lavender lotion on her, and then I put her in I changed her diaper, lavender lotion, put her in her Merlin sleep suit, because I feel like that signals like, hey, it's time for bed. Then I turned on the sleep machine and I read her a book, and then I put her in the crib with her pacifier. I didn't even breastfeed her, which is weird because I always normally breastfeed her to sleep, it seems like. And I put her in the crib and I said good night or nap time. And then I left the room and I was watching on my phone because I was figuring, okay, 5-minute intervals, we'll just do the same thing. I don't know, you guys, I'm just making this up. So I was like, dude, we're just winging it. Let's just, you know, if it worked last night, it's got to work again, hopefully. 4 minutes. She put herself to sleep within 4 minutes. She cried and she put herself to sleep within 4 minutes. And she slept from 10 to 11. The nap time on the sheet was like 10 to 11 a.m. But at 11:20, I just went in there and because I was like at 20 minutes late, I was like, oh, if I could just get 15 more minutes of getting stuff done. So I woke her up at 11:15, 11:20, and so that's where we're at. So that's where we're at today. But I'm just like, it works. This works. I called my mom. I called my sister. I was like, dude, these systems, this works. I was like, so if you're tired, mom, and you are nervous, or just do it. I'm like, literally, I had to wear the shirt today because I was like, literally, just do it. We had no idea what we were doing. I just did a bunch of research. I watched some YouTube videos. I just took pointers from all these other moms, and I was like, yes, Mel, but the thing is she screamed too, but she only screamed mostly when it was me. I mean, but you go in there and comfort them. I'm telling you, it did take a little bit longer the first night, but it was like 30 minutes. But you know what? She slept for 12 hours. And I honestly think there's these things called sleepy cues. Like when they rub their eyes, if their eyeballs get red, if they arch their back, if they blank stare, there's all these sleepy cues. And it's like this whole time during this last, I feel like month or two, we've been having horrible sleep. And she's been telling us this whole time that she's tired. And we just didn't understand that that's what she was just trying to tell us. So I'm like, dude, so highly recommend this and we're only on and I'm like, okay, so the next nap time is at 2:30, which it already kind of sounds like she does need another nap. But there's all these things your baby should not be sleeping more than 2 hours because if they sleep longer than a 2-hour nap, they won't sleep at night. So I just did a whole bunch of research and I just applied everything that I learned, which you could do with anything in life. If you want to be successful at anything, just do the research and then just go out and take the action. That's literally how you become successful at anything, I feel like. So I was like, okay, number one, I saw testimonies that this worked. I did a bunch of research to figure out what these people were doing and I applied it. I'm like, that is the formula for success. And I'm like, dude, I'm fired up that this works. I'm so pumped that this works because I'm like, if she sleeps, I got a break. I'm like, what is that? I got a break. What is that? I don't even know what a mom break is. And now I'm like, I got a break at 7:30 if she goes to bed every night. I'm like, I can become myself again. What is this? So just wanted to share because I feel like there's so many other moms that I definitely highly recommend. So now we're going to get all of our kids on a sleep system because we are we're a mess when it comes to sleep. And I'm like, our kids need way more sleep than we're giving them. And they said any blue light in the room needs to be covered up. Any television lights up their brain to tell them it's time to be awake, looking in the eyes, talking to them. There's just I'm like, what? How come? So it's we let our kids go to sleep with TV on, which is probably really bad, but it's just now I'm like, okay, now I know we need a system. So I'm like, we're going to work on it with our boys this week, especially because the kids are Riley starts 1 day a week or 2 days a week. We're doing homeschool or a homeschool co-op. So 2 days, he's gonna have to get up early on those days. So it's we need a system. So if you want to share this with any of your mom friends, I'm telling you, I wish I would have figured this out. You could have done this as a newborn. I'm like, who am I? We're 7 months late. So hopefully this helps.